As requested in this video, I'm going to show you the setup if you would like to connect your Maonocaster AM100 to an audio mixer. Without further ado, let's get started. And now let me show you the cables I will be needing in this setup. First of all, this is the Maono AM100, and this is the audio mixer that I will be using. So far I only have one of them, so I'm almost using the same one. Sorry about that. But anyway, I just wanted to show you how is the setup would be if you are going to be connecting your Maonocaster AM100 to this audio mixer. Now this device here, this is going to be the device I will be using to do recording. So we'll do some recording so that you can hear the actual audio output, because I'll be syncing whatever I recorded on here to this other video that I am taking right now, so that you can hear the actual audio output while I'm doing the testing. And this iPad here, this would be the source of my background music. Please take note, this Maonocaster AM100 does not have a Bluetooth feature, so which means you cannot connect your background music to here wirelessly, so you need a cable for that. And now with this cables over here, some of them are just optional. Let's say if you want to connect your background music to the Maonocaster AM100, then you will need this one. So it could be TRRS, the one that has 3 lines, or the one that has 2 lines. And if you want to connect that background music to the mixer, you can do that as well. So whether you have one of this one here, then you should be good. So let's say you have this one, TS dual mono to 3.5 millimeter jack, or TRS, that should work also. Or if you have this one, RCA to 3.5 millimeter TRS or jack, then that works as well. So it's good to have both of them as much as possible, but if you have 2 of them, it's okay. If you have 2 of this one, it's okay also. So in this video right now, what I will do is I will be connecting the background music to this mixer. Now I do have 2 XLR cables on here because I will be connecting 2 microphones on here. So this is the Maono condenser microphone, and this is just a dynamic microphone. So what I'll do, I'll connect the condenser microphone to the mixer, and then I'm going to show you that it's also possible to connect microphones to the Maonocaster also. So which means however many mic ports on here, that's how many you can connect, plus the microphone port of this Maonocaster AM100. And this earphone over here I will be using to monitor the audio. And this TRRS here, so the one that has 3 lines on both ends, I will be using for sure, because I will be connecting this device to the Maonocaster AM100 for recording purposes. And since this iOS or iPhone does not have a headphone jack, I always need this lightning adapter. Please take note, if you do not have the right one, you will not be able to record or stream. So you need to have the right lightning adapter. Okay, and now let's start the connections. By the way, this cable here, this is the USB Type-C to Type-A. I am currently charging this one to my portable charger over there. So this one here, it's currently charging, and I'm connecting it to here, to the one for USB-C. Now I'm going to connect this condenser microphone to this mixer. So I will use one XLR male to female. One is to connect over there, very self-explanatory. And then the other end, I'm just going to use mic number 1 over here. Okay, and next I am going to connect this dynamic microphone to here. So for that I will use another XLR male to female. Okay, and I will connect this end to here, and the other end I will connect to here. So again, this one is the dynamic microphone I'm connecting to the Maonocaster AM100. And now I am going to connect this device for recording. So I will need this TRRS, the one that has 3 lines. You just select pad 1 or 2, it doesn't matter. So let's select one from here, maybe pad 2 output. And then the other end I will connect to this device. And again, as I mentioned earlier, I will be using this lightning adapter because this is an iOS. Okay, there you go. Now to connect the audio mixer to this Maonocaster AM100, I am going to use this TS Dual Mono to 3.5 millimeter jack. Okay, so from here, I am going to connect the TS Dual Mono to here, to the one for stereo out. Okay, and then the other end, I am going to connect to here, the one for mic to B input. And now I'm going to connect that background music to here, to the mixer. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, if you have another one of these, TS Dual Mono to 3.5 millimeter jack, you can use also. Simply connect the 3.5 millimeter jack to the headphone port of this source of background music. It could be another phone, it could be a tablet, or like this, an iPad. So simply connect the 3.5 millimeter jack, so the one that has two lines, to there. And then the other end, so if you have another one of these, connect this one to here. So the one for 7/8, because this is an input to here, to this mixer, so you connect it from there. And in this case, I'm going to use the RCA. So again, if you do not have another one of these, then use this one. So this is RCA to 3.5 millimeter jack. So what I'll do, I will connect the RCA to here, 7/8. And then the other end, I will connect to the headphone port of this device. Lastly, let's connect the earphone at the bottom of this Maonocaster AM100 to monitor the audio. Okay, now that I'm all set, I'm going to start recording now from this device over here so that whatever I am doing, I can share to you also the recorded audio from this device. Okay, and by the way, I only use the built-in camera of this iPhone. Sound check, testing 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. The audio that you are hearing right now, that is now the recorded audio from this device over there. Now, from this AM100 Maonocaster, make sure to turn your mix volume knob to high, because if this is low, your recorded audio output from this device is going to be low as well. So even if your monitor here is high, still it depends how high you set this mix and volume knob over here. That will depends your audio recorded output from this device. So that's why I am setting this one right now to about 3 o'clock. Since I am using a condenser microphone, which is connected to this audio mixer, so please do not forget to turn on the 48-volt phantom power. Otherwise, this microphone will not work. So again, as I showed you earlier, this audio mixer is connected to the mic 2B of this Maonocaster AM100. And for that, the volume control of this microphone or this mixer is going to be from here. So the one for mic 2. And so it will do the same thing. If you want to mute this one, you will not be able to hear your voice if you're going to use this one, which is connected to this mixer. And same with this dynamic microphone. Let me mute first this mic 2 over here, which is connected to this mixer and connected to this condenser microphone. Sound check, testing 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, sound check. So right now, I am currently using the dynamic microphone connected to this Maonocaster AM100. So that's going to be the audio output. If you want to maybe make it louder or you want it louder, simply, as you notice over here, it's always up to the max already and yet is not as loud. So if you want it more louder, you can increase the mic gain over here. Okay, so something like that. Sound check, testing 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, if you want to go back to this condenser microphone, so let me just mute this mic number 1, which is connected to this dynamic microphone and connected to this Maonocaster AM100. So I'm going to mute this one. Okay, there you go. Sound check, testing 1, 2. So I am again using the condenser microphone, which is connected to this mixer over here. So from here, because this one is connected to the mixer, I don't have to turn on the 48-volt phantom power, as it is connected to the mic 2B of this mic 2B port of this AM100. Now, if you want to, let's say you want to use the voice changer on here, you can use. So in this setup, both this one, this dynamic microphone plus this one, if you want to use the voice changer, it will work as well. Okay, let me show you. I'm going to use the baby
over here. Okay, there you go. Sound check, testing 1, 2.
Or the robot sound check, or the male sound check, or
The female, there you go. So to turn it off, just simply tap it again.
There you go. And then you're back to your original voice. And so this is just one setup. So again, this is how you connect your audio mixer if you want to connect your microphone from there and then to connect it to this AM100. And as I showed you, you can also connect a microphone here. If it is another condenser microphone, you can. So same connection, just simply turn on the 48-volt phantom power over there, and the setup should be the same. But take note, if you connect a condenser microphone over here, it's going to be more louder. So you don't have to set this one like what I'm doing right now. So it's almost at the max. That is because this is a dynamic microphone, which is not as powerful as if you will be connecting a condenser microphone. Okay. Okay, so right now I am back to using this dynamic microphone. So as you notice, I muted again this microphone over here, which is connected to this audio mixer. Now, as you notice, there is no effects yet because it is currently set to studio. If I'm going to change it maybe to KTV, maybe for singing purposes, let me do it now. Okay, there you go. Sound check testing 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So right now I am currently using the dynamic microphone, which is connected directly to this AM100. Sound check testing 1, 2. And if you want to use a different vocal modes or preset reverb, you can use as well. So this is now the church sound check or the hall. And you can also adjust your effects over here. So maybe you can set it at the middle if you would like, or if you want without any reverberation and all of a sudden it's set to hall, just simply turn it to 0. Set it like that and then your voice will be back to flat without any reverberation or echo. And if you want to put it back on, then simply turn the effects to wherever you preferred. Okay, so now maybe let's go back first to the studio. There you go. So I'm back to studio, and let me use this condenser microphone over there, which is connected to this mixer. Okay, there you go. So as you notice, I muted again this dynamic microphone. So you can only hear the voice or the audio using this condenser microphone. So same as I showed you using the dynamic microphone, I am going to add some effects. Maybe I'll use KTV. Okay, there you go. Sound check testing 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And as I showed you earlier, you can again maybe lower the echo or reverberation, so something like that as you would like. And since you are using this audio mixer, you can actually go back to studio. Okay, let me go back there. Okay, there you go. So this is studio, and this time, because you're using an audio mixer, you can use the effects from this audio mixer alone, if that's what you preferred. So from here, as you notice, I'm just going to be setting all my equalizers, my high, mid, and low at the middle. And then my effects over here, maybe I'll set it to 1 o'clock. And then my mic volume here, I'm just going to set it to about 3 o'clock. And my gain, I'm setting it to about 10 o'clock, and compressor to maybe 10 o'clock as well. And my main effects over here is still at 0, and that's why you can hear my voice as flat without any reverberation, even if I added effects over here. So the effects return, which is the main control of the effects from this kind of mixer, is going to be over here. If I'm going to turn it up, you can hear effects. There you go. Sound check. Testing 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So right now, whatever effects you're hearing, that is only from this mixer alone. Okay, sound check, testing 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you should have different kinds of effects on whatever kind of mixer you have. So just maybe play around with it and select the vocals or audio output that you wanted. Okay, so maybe let me put it back to 0 again. Okay, there you go. So now, same as I showed you earlier, in this setup, you can use the voice changer over here. So again, I am using mic number 2. So the control of this one is mic number 2, and it is connected to mic 2B of this Maonocaster AM100. So if you want to use the voice changer,
Okay, so this is now baby
and then robot, and then male.
or female. There you go. So it works.
Okay, so now if you want, let's say you want to play a background music, maybe for recording a song, you can use that as well. And by the way, in this setup, you can mix the effects from this mixer plus the effects from this Maonocaster AM100. Okay, let me show you. So from here, I'm gonna add some effects. So something like that. Sound check, testing, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, sound check. Maybe I'm gonna increase my treble, my high to about 1 o'clock, and then my bass or low to about 1 o'clock as well. Sound check, testing, 1, 2, and from here I'm going to select KTV. Okay, sound check, testing, 1, 2. So from here, you can decide if you want to lower your effects from here, so something like that, or you can lower it from here. Sound check, testing, 1, 2. So anyway, there's quite a few options to set your vocals, and then just maybe play around whatever kind of audio mixer you have. Just maybe do testing and select whatever vocals you want to achieve. So from here, let me play this music over here and let's check how loud it is. And by the way, in this setup, to control the volume of your background music is going to be from that device itself or from here. So as you recall, I connected the background music to here, the one for 7/8. And for that, the volume control is going to be from here. Okay, let's play this one now. You won't hear it yet because I set it to 0 over here. So if I'm going to turn it up, okay, there you go. You can maybe set it as loud as you want. Okay, so let me pause this one for now. Okay, there you go. So anyway, that is going to be the setup if you want to record a song. So again, it's up to you, whatever you preferred. If you want to use the effects from here, or if you want to mix it with the effects from here, maybe you can select the vocal modes from there to here. As I mentioned earlier, you can control the volume. Whatever is the volume control of this iPad, you can lower it from there. Okay, let me play this one again. Okay, I'm going to turn it up from here. And then you can lower it from here, from this device. Okay, so something like that, or turn it up. Okay, there you go. Okay, let me now show you a quick recording sample. Let's say you wanted to record a song cover in this kind of setup. I'm gonna play now this song over here. And again, you can, of course, control the background music volume from here. I don't wanna lose you, but I don't wanna use you, just to have somebody by my side. And you can increase this one here also. Let me turn it up here again. I don't really matter to anyone anymore, but like a fool I keep losing my place, and I keep seeing you walk through that door. Okay, there you go. So now let me show you using this dynamic microphone over here. So I'm just gonna mute this microphone over here and unmute this dynamic microphone. Okay, sound check, testing, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. As you noticed, I muted this condenser microphone and unmuted this dynamic microphone. So now I'm currently using the dynamic microphone in same settings as I showed you earlier. Let me show you another sample using this dynamic microphone. So as you notice, I muted this condenser microphone. Actually, I'm not supposed to be doing that because if I am going to play the background music over there, I will not be able to hear that as well if I'm going to mute this one. So instead, what I will do is I'm just going to lower my microphone here to 0, so it will not pick up this microphone. Instead, it will only pick up that background music, which is connected to this mixer. Okay, let me show you first. If I'm going to mute this one, I'll show you that there won't be no audio being heard. Okay, so let me play this one. Okay, there you go. So as you notice, I'm currently playing that music over there, and yet I am not hearing it. So it's not being recorded as well, even if the volume control here is not at 0. So again, I have to unmute this one. So for this other microphone to not pick up my voice as well, what I will do is I am just going to set the mic volume here to 0, and then I will unmute over here. There you go. So again, in this setup, you can only hear the background music playing, but it will not pick up this microphone over here because I set the mic volume here to 0. I'm going to turn now the volume up from here. So this is for the background music. Okay, so something like that. Okay, let me add first some effects. So pretty much it's the same as earlier. And now I'm going to turn the volume now from here for the background music. And then I'm going to show you another short recording, maybe song cover. Now I can never change you. I don't want to blame you. Baby, you don't have to take the fall. Yes, I may have hurt you, but I did not desert you. Maybe I just wanna have it all. Okay, there you go. So anyway, that should be the audio output. If you will be using a dynamic microphone, which is connected directly to this Maonocaster AM100. And there you go. That is all I can share for today. I hope this video gives you an idea when it comes to the setup connecting your Maonocaster AM100 to an audio mixer. So as I mentioned earlier, you can use this setup also for streaming purposes. By the way, if you want to know everything, all the features of this Maonocaster AM100, I will be adding a link under the description below. If you will be interested in getting any Maono product from their official website, from the maono.com, I do have a 10% discount code, which I will be adding under the description below. Thanks again, guys, for watching. If you like this type of video, please give it a like. And if you want more of this type of videos, consider subscribing if you haven't done yet, and hit the notification bell so you're always updated for all the upcoming videos I will be posting. Keep safe, and until next time.